Is he a husband material? 10 ways to tell. Who is a husband material? A man is husband material when he dates with marriage in mind and doesn't play around with relationships. But that is not all, because it depends on you, the woman. The man you think is good enough to get married to and spend the rest of your life with is what is called husband material. However, what makes a man charming enough to label him husband material varies from one person to another. You and your sister or bestie may have a completely different definition of husband material. So it all comes down to how serious he is about you and your relationship. For example, a man that is serious about you from the beginning doesn't seek new relationship when things get hard. A man who isn't ready to be committed to an exclusive marriage is never husband material. He's not bad, but such men aren't suitable for marriage-minded people. However, such men might become good husbands when they change for the better. As a woman, are you wondering if the man in your life is husband material? The answer can be difficult to ascertain because there are many things to consider when determining whether or not he is husband material. The question to ask is not, how do you know he's the one? But it might be better to ask, how do I know he's the one for me? Choosing a husband material as life partner in marriage is one of the most important decisions you will make in your life. So it is vital that you pick the best person to share your life with. Here are 10 simple signs that the man you are dating just might be the right man to walk you down the aisle. Number 1, he must be trustworthy. Trustworthiness is one of the most important qualities to look out for in a man. But how do you know a man is trustworthy? He will show it to you in his daily behavior. A trustworthy man will only have eyes on you, and everyone around you will see it. He will introduce you to everyone he may run into, showing how much you mean to him. If you have met a trustworthy man, he is marriage material, and you will have a safe future with him. A trustworthy man will never have you confused or feeling neglected. Of course, he may not always succeed at putting you first, but you will see his efforts. A man ready for marriage will do what he can to show you that he values you. He may not tick every item on your list, but if that man is marriage material, you will feel that you are the only woman that he wants to be with. Trustworthy men are more likely to make faithful husbands, which means there's less chance of divorce in the future. It is an important quality, and it's one that you can detect fairly quickly. Has he been out of work or having trouble finding a job? Is he paying his bills on time, or is he perpetually behind? Does he call you when he says he will? And if he doesn't, is there an explanation? Or does he fail to stick to plans at the last minute? Pay attention, because trustworthiness is often an indication of other important qualities such as kindness. A trustworthy man may also be good at keeping a promise, just like wedding vows. Trustworthy men are worth their weight in gold, so look for signs of it early. And remember, being trustworthy takes practice and effort. No one is perfect, so don't give up on him too soon if there have been some slip-ups along the way. If he's trying hard to improve himself, give him another chance. Trust is something that builds over time. You will know you found someone special when things around him makes you feel safe enough to let down your guard a little. Trust, remember, is a two-way street, and a trustworthy man knows that he can also trust you too. Number 2, he has a regular job. That means he has something he's doing. That means he's financially responsible. A man who is ready to be a husband knows that financial planning is everything. He must be the provider. He must procure and maintain a household, take care of his wife and kids, and make sure they are prepared for the future. A good man not only has a plan in place, but he's probably been working on that plan well before marriage even came into discussion. Money habits is something very important to consider before deciding to spend the rest of your lives together. Financial issues are one of the top causes of failed marriage. Every man must be restless until he finds something to do with his own hands. I'm not saying he should be a millionaire first. No, a man must have enough to pay for his rent and the basics that his wife might need. So, while you are wondering what makes a good husband, look at how he spends his money. Is he wise or foolish at spending his money? A man is husband material if he's capable of providing for the need of his family. It means that he should have a stable job. He may not be rich, but at least you know he has enough to take care of you after marriage. It is refreshing to know that your husband-to-be is not going to be a liability to you. It is a big reassurance of your future with him. A financially stable man will not be a burden for you, and he can take care of business if you need him to. A financially secured man understands how to invest or spend his money. He will also know where to draw the line on spending habits. He has the skill to be able to provide a safe and secure future for you as a wife and the kids, and knows how to go about providing for his family to the best of his capabilities. A potential husband material will guide you with your finances in a way that helps you and will not make you feel bad for not knowing everything about it. This detail doesn't mean that only good men have their finances in order. No. There are good men out there that are currently working on getting their finances in order. That counts also. You can see that they understand how essential finance will be in a marriage. So he's taking steps he needs to take to improve the situation. That's a sign of a man who is ready to be an excellent husband. You will have so many marriage troubles if you end up with a lazy husband. Look for a man who is hard working and who never gives up easily. Hard work shows discipline, which can become a great example to your future children. They can look up to their father as their role model. Number 3, he must be independent. He must be someone who does not rely or expect his friends, siblings, or parents to always decide or provide assistance for him. He must be someone who works hard and is determined to fend for himself and his family. He doesn't need to be a millionaire or have a fancy place to be a husband material. However, it is important that he has a place of his own and can pay his bills without depending on you or any other person. If he's still living with his parents and doesn't plan to move out anytime soon, he needs to step up his game. An independent man also knows how to make tough decisions. He can speak up for himself and can say no when necessary. He must have a mind of his own. Someone who requires constant attention and reassurance can make marriage more difficult. An independent person is strong, confident, and not afraid to be alone. An independent person can plan for the future, can value himself, and is also goal-oriented. Independence ensures that each partner is capable of taking care of themselves. However, they may also be able to give and ask for support when it is needed. People who can take care of themselves are also in a better position to give care, attention, and support when it is needed. Number 4, he must be a leader. A husband material must be a reliable man. He should have initiative and know how to counsel and lead his family to the right path. How can you tell that your husband-to-be is a good leader, thereby making him a husband material? Here are a few leadership traits you can be on the lookout for. A. He remains confident and composed in any crisis. He doesn't break down in the face of adversity. He can see the solution clearly and navigate to it without losing focus. He's a strong anchor in the storm. B. He is level-headed and compassionate. He rarely loses his cool. He often diffuses situations, calm down all parties involved, and more importantly, understand everyone's point of view. This trait is an invaluable skill when dealing with kids. C. He can let go of the past and look forward to the future. Remember, he is not perfect, and he knows that. You may have had some bumps in the past, but he will let that go and look forward to building a beautiful life with you in the future. A man who is a good leader is husband material. A man who is a good leader and is husband material won't dwell on the past. These are only a few leadership traits that can indicate that he is a husband material. However, if your partner displays these traits, chances are he will have other characteristics as well. You can count on him to lead your marriage to succeed. When you are with him, you know that you can never be lost in life. That is why you are willing to support as his wife. You should also know him to be someone your future children will want to look up to as a good role model for the family. He knows how to lead and inspire you to be a better person. He doesn't tolerate wrongdoings, but he guides you to do the right things. He's a good role model and he set himself as a good example of change he wants to see in you. Number 5, he must be thoughtful. We all want to be with someone who listens and can relate to us. So when you are dating a man, look at how he treats others. Is he interested in what they say, or is he always looking for an exit? Is he able to step out of his comfort zone every once in a while, trying something new because you suggested it? It's no surprise that we want someone thoughtful and considerate, but you really shouldn't underestimate its importance. If your man isn't thoughtful towards you, then chances are he won't be thoughtful towards anyone else. To know if your man is husband material, look at how well he treats people around him and pay attention to whether or not he is open-minded enough to try something new from time to time. A husband material is that man who thinks not only of you but of others as well. Pay attention to how he treats the people in his life, from his friends to his parents to his siblings to his colleagues to the people he encounters in everyday life. It is great if he treats the people he is close to well, but how he treats strangers also reveals a lot about his character. A husband material does not make judgmental comments about others. He gives genuine compliments. He shows appreciation for others. He stays in touch with people he cares about. And he thinks about how others are feeling. Do you know that a husband material who is kind, gentle, and understanding will lower marital conflict and increase marital satisfaction? A man who has a kind character is more likely to treat you with care and respect. A husband who is thoughtful, sympathetic, and compassionate is more likely to take the time to try and understand how other people are feeling. He is more likely to care and to try to take actions to resolve problems in the marriage. Beyond that, he is going to be more pleasant to be around in the long run. Thank you. Subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. If you have any comments, you have any observation, you have any opinion, please put them in the comment section.